This is your Chapter 1 test review. You have each received the same information that you see projected on the board. I will be going through the questions, answering them, talking about them. Your job is to write down what I write down on your piece of paper. The questions that you see may or may not match exactly with the type of question that you'll see on your test. For example, in 1 through 3, I'm giving you the directions that your test will have. You will be matching a pattern with its description. What we will be doing is describing the pattern, and that will help you to understand how to answer your questions on the test. Your test is tomorrow, and you may use this review on your test. However, it is up to you to get the information down on your review sheet. What you see off to the left, 1 through 3, refers to the question numbers on your test, so that you will be able to kind of go through your test review and your test and match up the questions that you're looking at. So, in 1 through 3, you're going to match a pattern with its description. We're just going to describe these. Your test will be matching. From 5 to 12, we add 7. From 12 to 19, we also add 7. And from 19 to 26, we add 7. So, to describe this, we would say add 7 to the previous number. For the next one, the numbers are also getting larger, but it seems that they're getting larger at every time. So it may not be addition. I'm going to look for multiplication. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. And 12 times 2 is 24. So our description would be multiply the previous number by 2. And for the next one, I see that my numbers are getting smaller. They're getting smaller by half each time. So these are being divided by 2. So our description would be divide the previous number by 2. Moving on to the next part of the test, number 4 is going to be to describe the pattern question. You're going to have to describe the pattern and then draw the next series in the pattern. This is a tile pattern. I could describe this as, possibly, answers could vary here, 2 shaded, 1 shaded, 2 shaded, 1 shaded. 2 shaded, 1 shaded. 2 shaded, and that pattern continues. To draw the next 3 columns, I ended the pattern with 1 shaded, so this one will have 2 shaded, 1 shaded, and then 2 shaded, and that would continue the pattern. In questions 5 through 7, you're going to evaluate an expression for the given value of the variable. So in the first example I have here, 30 minus k, when k equals 11, that would be 30 minus 11, which is 19. 7q would be 7 times 4, which is 28. And 48 divided by 4, which is 12. In question 8, you're going to have to write an expression in words 2 ways. Your question won't necessarily be addition, so pay attention on the test to what sign you actually are given. you could write this as 4 plus 2, or 2 added to 4. Number 9 is a describe and correct problem. There is an error. They made an error when evaluating. So it's 9m plus 3 when m equals 2. They did 9m plus 3 and said it was 18. So to correct this, what we would say is 9 times 2 plus 3. Well, 9 times 2 is 18, but when you add 3 to that, you get 21. And that is how you would answer a question like that. This is describe and correct. You're going to have several questions where you have to name the base and the exponent in an expression. The base is 4, and the exponent is 7. The next set of questions, you have to write a power in words. So 3 to the 4th would be written as 3 to the 4th power. The next set of questions, 16 through 18, you're going to match the given expression with its value. Now, I don't have matching set up here, but we're going to talk about the order of operations, PEMDAS, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, and subtract, keeping in mind that multiply and divide can be interchanged, as can addition and subtraction. So the first thing I would do in this problem is the 6 divided by 2, which gives me a 3. I still have to do 16 minus 3 and then plus 8. I don't want to do addition before subtraction in this problem though, because these need to be worked from left to right. So I'm going to do 16 minus 3, which is 13, plus 8, which gives me 21. And you'll have several questions and they'll be matching the answer to the problem. In question 19, it says, in what order should you perform the order of operations to correctly evaluate this expression? To answer a question like this, I would say, first I'm going to divide, because it's within the parentheses. Then I'm going to do my exponent, and finally I'll add. And that is how you would correctly answer a question like that. Now, number 20 is a word problem. And I'm not going to go over an example like it because you're going to evaluate an expression that is just like questions 16 through 18 within the word problem. And we will read word problems out loud together during the test. For 21 through 23, you're telling whether the given value of the variable is a solution of the equation. To work these, you plug the f in, 5 in for the f. So that would be 5 plus 25 equals 40. And we're going to check and see if that's true. Well, 5 plus 25 is 30. That is not true, so it is not a solution, or no. On this one, we would do 40 divided by 5. Is 40 divided by 5 8? Yes. So our answer would be yes, it is a solution. Our next set of questions are finding the perimeter and area of the, that should say rectangle or square. You can cross triangle out and put rectangle. With the given dimensions. Your formulas are already given. The perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So this is going to be 2 times 13 plus 2 times 9. 2 times 13 is 26. 2 times 9 is 18. And when you add those together, you get 44. And that's going to be yards. For area, length times width is 13 times 9, which is going to be 117 yards squared. Labels are important because you will have points taken off. For a square, you know that's a square because it has an S for side. All sides in a square are the same. The perimeter is 4 times the side, so that'd be 4 times 11, which is 44 centimeters. And the area is side squared, which is 11 squared, and that gives you 121 centimeters squared. On 26, you're being given the distance formula to find the unknown value. This value that's missing here is rate. So rate is equal to distance divided by time. Distance is 100 and time is 5. 100 divided by 5 is 20. We're missing a rate, so we're going to use miles and hours to write our unit. Miles per hour. We need to know what perimeter is. We need to know what area is. Perimeter is the sum of the sides. And area is the product of the sides. So 27 is a vocabulary type of question. And I do not have an example for number 28, but you will be having to find the perimeter of a square, and that formula is given as 4s. So P equals 4s of a square. This concludes your review. Study this tonight. You do get to use it on your test, but be familiar with everything on here because you do not want to be taking forever to take your test. And do not forget this paper or you will not have it to use on your test tomorrow. Thank you.